What's going on, everybody? Callus Auto Detailing. Don't ride dirty. What's going on? Right, I see. ATL in the house, I see.
I found a way to run my old computers with no hard drive. Here it is, and it's not in this computer.
Eugene Gibson, Troy Lynch. Antonio Jefferson, I see. So what's been going on with everybody, man? What's going on? Y'all getting work? Y'all still able to put some work in? With all that's going on, has it slowed you down any? What's going on, Family Enterprise? I see. Oh, y'all get those likes up, man. Appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. Y'all come in, man. Smash that like button. Appreciate you. And if you're not a member of the New Wave Facebook group, go ahead and join. It's New Wave by ANA. Let's go to Facebook, type in New Wave by ANA. You're gonna see the official New Wave logo. It's the same logo that you see in the beginning of my videos and at the end of my videos. In the logo, you're gonna see the ANA logo within the New Wave logo, so you know you're at the right one. Go ahead and request to join, and I will approve it. No work for me, but I'm still working on getting customers. I don't even want to hand out flyers or anything because of the shelter at home going. I took the week off. It was a high in my area. Detailing for close friends. How do you charge when you guys have exchanged services in the past? They have helped you out. They won't retail services. All right. Well, my thing is, I don't know nobody personally that has it, but I know someone that knows someone that has it. Uh, But what I've been noticing is that the people who have it are the people that I'm hearing about that have like pre-existing like respiratory issues, heart issues, and stuff like that. So I think it's because, and I'm just guessing, but their immune system is probably weak, and that's how they're catching it. If someone is up in age, like elderly people, like my dad, I've been taking them to doctor's appointments since the beginning, since like what was it? Since the middle of last year, and he just stopped driving last year. So I've been taking him to all his appointments and stuff. So I just decided not to even take him to none of his appointments. Like I canceled everything until it dies down because I don't want him to get it. But I ain't even been around my parents. Like I've been out, I've been out working, and I haven't had that much contact with people. But from what I'm hearing from like doctors and stuff, like usually like if a healthy person get it, it's like having the flu. And I mean you can get treatment and you should be fine. But like if an older person get it, it can be really bad. So I don't know. But I mean I'm staying away from people. I'm not trying to, I'm not shaking hands and all that stuff as much anymore. I mean I'm being aware of it, but I'm not gonna let it just shut me down all the way unless I have to. And for the people who made that decision, hey, that's up to you. You know better than me for you. But for as of now, I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to check in, then I'm gonna just get started. Detailing. What do you think about right overlook detailing system? You mean right look? What's going on, Michael Jackson? You talking about right look? The company that has yeah, it's right look. Man, they got it looks nice, it's great, man, but to spend $5,000, $10,000 on a setup that you can probably do it for 1,000. I mean, if you just get creative, you can build that same setup or something similar for $1,000. Trust me. Go to Harbor Freight. Go to Harbor Freight. You can get a generator. You get a generator for about 300, 400. You can get a pressure washer for about the same. You get an air compressor for about the same. I mean, you get an air compressor for cheaper. Uh, I mean, unless you just got the money to spend and you want to blow 5,000, But I wouldn't do it. I watched Right Look, and when I saw it, I was like, wow, I want that. You know, it'll save you the time of having to figure out how to put the stuff in there. But trust me, you're gonna feel a whole lot happier if you build your own setup. I wouldn't spend 5,000. Trust me. You could put that 5,000 into a savings account, and you could take if you got 5,000, you could take maybe 1,500 or maybe 2,000, and put 3,000 in your savings account for a rainy day, and go to Harbor Freight, buy everything, make sure you buy all the warranties with everything, build it yourself. I mean, if you're gonna put it in a van or you're gonna put it on the back of a truck, I mean, you can get a water tank. Now, the water tank is gonna be a bit tricky. Now, if you're trying to get like depends on where you live in the country. If you can find some, where you live, or like I know Northern Tools has some, but like if you want like a special tank, something that's gonna be low profile that you can fit in the back of a truck or something like that, or if you got a van, you got more room, then it doesn't matter. But sometimes the tank is where you're gonna spend the most money. But with $1,200 or $2,000, you can get everything you need with that, even chemicals. Probably can get you a polisher, a DA or something, a steamer, an extractor. You know, trust me. I'm glad I didn't do that route, but I was seriously thinking about it because I had the money at the time. and I was seriously thinking about buying it, but they was gonna have to ship it to me. Uh, but I was like, no, I'm good. I actually called those guys, and this was like maybe 8 years ago when I called them. But it looks nice. I mean, if you want to do it, it's up to you. But me, I wouldn't do it, especially with what I know now. I didn't know much back then, but I wouldn't do it. But anyway, let's get going, man. Everybody go ahead and hit the like button. Yeah, check out Harbor Freight, man. They got everything, man. They got everything. But y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Again, if you guys are not a member of the New Wave Facebook group, go ahead and join now. Just go ahead and just go ahead and go to Facebook, go to the search, type in New Wave by A&A, and you're gonna see the New Wave official New Wave logo. Within that logo, you're gonna see A&A, my logo within there. You'll see that in there, and that's the right place. Go ahead and request to join. I'm approving everybody. Right, look, you were paying 2,000 for the skid steel frame, pretty much. Yeah, it looks nice now. Like I'm just saying, if you got the money and you want to go that route, that's fine. But man, you can save a lot of money, man. Because I remember this was 8 years ago, and it was like I think 5,000. It was like 5,000, and then I was like, well, what about if I get it without the generator? Where I get it? And then they was giving me the price, but it was too expensive. Then I had to get it shipped to me. It's too expensive, man. I wasn't gonna do it. But anyway, man, professional detailers, man. I want to know what makes you a professional detailer. And I want you guys to interact on this one. What's going on, Eric Jones? I want you guys to get in on this one in the comment section. I'm gonna be really interacting with y'all on this one. I want to see what you guys think. And real quick, Eric Jones, since I got you on here, I'm gonna put you on the spot. If you could type it in real quick, what is what's a professional detailer to you? What does it take for you to be a professional detailer? And this is for everybody. Y'all go ahead, chime in.
Spring is the time.
Okay, Mike T. I literally have not detailed a car outside of myself and family, but I consider myself a professional detailer because I know if I approach clients like an amateur, then I'm losing potentials. Okay. A professional auto detailer is someone that does the detailing job thoroughly and has years of experience. Okay. So, hold on, let me get a pen. Let me write some of this stuff down. We got paper. Is it newspaper? All right, Skip. Sorry about that, guys. I had to grab me some paper, write some of this stuff down. All right. Thoroughly does the job. Thoroughly and has experience. Does the job. Experience. Customer service is a big part. Customer service. Let's see. Effort, time, preparation, attention to detail. Attention to detail. On time, courteous, ability to communicate, process customers themselves like a glasses cleaner. Question: would you use a long throw? If so, that's just my opinion. Knowledge of the products and when to use them. Okay, that go knowledge of the products, that goes back to experience. It's all about how one carries themselves. One needs to constantly look and educate one's mind, constantly learning to be different but quality work. All right, constantly educate themselves. Appreciate it, EQ. Anybody else want to chime in? Being able to apply your knowledge of what you're doing. Customer service is being able to adapt what comes about. Adapt. That's a good one. Be constantly able, what did you say? Constantly able to adapt. Customer service and being able to adapt. Being able to adapt. Exactly. Pride in your work makes you professional. Treat every customer. Cover the care you have for your own. Appreciate you, Troy Lynch. I see you. What do you think about the ceramic coating? Well, listen, we're not gonna get off topic. We're gonna talk about what makes a professional detailer. So let's stay on topic right here. I don't want to get off topic. We can get to talking about something else, and I never finish what I'm doing. Well, here's the thing now. Um, this is what we got so far. We got thoroughly does his job, experience, customer service, effort, time, preparation, and attention to detail, constantly educating yourself, and being able to adapt, ability to tell low ballers. Yeah, all that comes with experience. Make some professional products. Extra mile service guy. Right, so I must be doing something right. Over 30 years of detail on April 1st for me. What up? Just came in. What's the question? What makes you a professional detailer? Ricardo Auto Detailing, Automobile Detailing, Augusta. I see you. That's a long time. 30 years of detailing. The topic is what makes you a professional detailer? Having passion for it. A person always has a good attitude. A professional is a state of mind as well. Do you feel like a professional? Do you have a professional state of mind? True. True. It all starts in the mind. Exactly right. Mindset. Mindset. Right. Professional mindset. Appreciate that, Troy. That works. Yes, it is. I'm 52 years old. That's a long time, man. Yeah, but time and experience. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do one thing real quick. This is what I'm gonna do real fast. Dedication, studying, constantly searching and learning, managing and balancing. True. A lot of good answers on here. Knowing what you're doing and experience to educate the customer. I mean, you know me, I don't do detailing, but electronic business definitely being able to adapt to any scenario, being able to describe to the client. Yep. Efficiency makes you a professional. Yeah. In my opinion, caring for your work, taking pride in your work, and continue to evolve with the times, however, not going outside your ability. All right. Let me do something real quick. I am going to look up the word professional so we can have the, let's get the, let's see what Webster say. Cause see me, I always like to go with the, I always like to go with the standard. Those words were put into play for a reason, so everybody can be on the same page. Um, Sometimes people like to make their own definition of what things mean to them, and that's fine. I like to look at, I always like to look and see, um, like the scientific definition of it, like you know, because that's the standard. Like that's something that you know, I guess the powers that be put into play, and they say, okay, this is what this means, and this is what we're gonna go by. Um, just like we use, you know, we use a lot of slang. We use a lot of slang, and people, you know, this word may mean this, that word may mean this, but in the world out there, um, words mean what they mean, and no matter how you, you know, no matter how the word makes you feel, this is the true meaning of that word. So, but maybe, okay, if I can get on here, maybe, you know, some of the what it means to you guys, maybe some of the definition will align or make, you know, make sense, you know. I don't know why it's taking me so long to do this part. All right, here we go. Professional. Professional. All right. Here are the definitions. Professional is relating to or connected with a profession. Engage in a specific activity as one main paid occupation rather than a pastime. Okay, so they basically say you got to get paid for it. But then you got, and I see where a lot of you guys was coming from. Then you got like acting professional. You know, you often hear important to behave professionally at work. To most people, like a professional means working and behaving in such a way that others think them as competent, reliable, respectful. Some of you guys were saying that, you know. Professionals are a credit not only to themselves but to others. Examples of professional, synonyms of professional. Competent, efficient, somebody said that. Experienced, licensed, qualified, skillful, adapt. See? So you guys are saying a lot, you know. You guys are on the right path. I mean, on the right track. A lot of these things on here y'all said. But now to me, hold on guys. Let me get back so I can see y'all. Yeah, this way I can see y'all comments. Let me see. I know y'all going on and on. Let me see. Okay. I see you guys going to the 40-year mark. I do believe if we're going with professionalism, then some type of certification would be needed, like AC certified professional. Anybody can say they're a professional. Yeah, but so if you don't have a certificate, you're not a professional. A professional worker is represented by professional results, reliability, evaluation. So cool. So if you don't have a certification, are you not professional? That's a good one. I see people that get paid for things that are not professional, that have all the qualities but don't fit the bill. Yeah. Y'all making some valid points, man. You know, I can't argue with that. That's true. But to me, this is how I look at it. I think a professional is like most of the things that you guys have said, but one thing that I've noticed with professionals. Right, what is a professional? Yeah, I get it. I get it. But the thing is, this is how I look at it. All the things that you're saying like lines up with being a professional. But this is something that I've always that's something that stuck with me from a long, long time ago. I'm not a big basketball guy, but I'm fans of certain basketball players. Like Michael Jordan, of course, Allen Iverson, Kobe, um, Elijah Wan. I mean, the list goes on. I have a lot of in sports. You know, I don't have a team. I'm like fan of players. You know, Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin, Emmett Smith. What's the other guy's name? Michael Vick. Now, one thing that stuck with me as a child, well, as a young adult, I was in, no, I was in high school. You remember that time when Michael Jordan was sick and he played that game and he scored like, he still scored like, I can't remember, he hit a lot of points that night, but he had the flu, he was sick, it was a finals game, and he showed up when he was feeling his worst and he performed just like he would have performed if he was healthy, if not better. To me, if that's not professional, if that's not professional, I don't know what is. The thing is that I know a lot of you guys, and maybe Eric Jones can attest to this because he just retired from detailing, and I know he's been doing detailing for a long time. I don't know how long he's been doing it. He was doing it, but I know he can attest to this. There were days that you did not feel like getting up. There were days that you didn't feel like going out there and doing it. I'm pretty sure we're all human. We're not motivated every day. We're not happy every day. Some days you got a lot going on. You're tired. You know, you don't feel like doing it, but a professional will get up and go out there and do it. and he will still, the results, you couldn't tell. The results will still be the same as if he was energetic and happy. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about leaving it on the floor and giving it all. And that to me, professionalism, that's to me, that's it's more than just getting paid. It's more than just having certification. It's more than your skill level. It's on your worst day, can you still produce good results? And that's when professionalism means something to me. Like today, if you guys caught me on my Facebook on the New Wave channel, if you caught me live, you know, yesterday I had a rough day. I was I had like maybe 5 lawns. I ended up losing a client. I had 5 lawns to do. On my last lawn, I couldn't complete it because my lawnmower just stopped working. It wouldn't stay crunk. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think the carburetor is dirty or something. So I'm gonna have to take it to the shop. But I had a rough day yesterday and I was tired. Came home, slept. I slept all night, woke up. I was tired. I had a full detail this morning in the standard. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to get up. I really wanted to just lay down. I usually don't feel like that. I usually don't feel like that. But today was one of those days. But I got up and I went out there and I did those 2 jobs. And the first one was a full detail. And she came out, looked at the car. She was like, "Oh my God, she's going to be a grandmother. Her daughter just had a baby, so they wanted to get the car cleaned up for the baby." She was so happy that she liked the work. She congratulated me and was like, "Man, good job. This looks nice." After that, I had to stand it on the Suburban, knocked out the Suburban, did a real good job. Uh, the guy had to leave, and he told me to give him a call. He'll swing back through and pay me. So I ended up calling him. We kept missing each other. I had to go run an errand. I ran an errand. When I was on my way back from running the errand, he called me. He said, "Yeah, man." He was like, "Oh man, okay, appreciate you." He said, "I got one problem," and I'm like, "What's that?" "Man, the car looks great." I'm like, "Oh, appreciate it." When somebody say the word problem, I'll be like, "Whoa, what happened? Did I break something? Did I do something wrong?" And he was like, "No, he was like, man, good job or whatever." So I swung back around, double back to his house. He came out, he paid me, gave me $100 tip. $100 tip. That's the second time I've gotten $100 tip. That's the biggest tip I've ever got is $100. And no, I take that back. I've gotten a tip bigger than that. But that's the first time in a long time I got a tip that big. And I was like, wow. And just think, this morning I'm laying in bed not wanting to get up, you know. So that's what professionalism, that's what to me, that's if I had to define professionalism in my own words, what it means to me, I know the definition says one thing, and a lot of you guys was with the definition, and I'm with the definition as well. Like I believe in all that. Um, but being able to produce the same results over and over, we're able to produce good results over and over and over and over again. Like you guys were saying, being able to be efficient, being able to adapt. No matter what the situation is, you can adapt and you can still produce good results. So everything that you guys says lines up perfectly with professionalism, pure dedication. It separates you from the rest when a client or a customer sees something different within you. they either don't normally see or they haven't seen until you've given it to them. Cool. I like that. Yes, there are days I didn't feel like getting out there, getting out of bed, been sick as a dog. Well disciplined, being working since I was 8 years old, never missed a day's work. Being able to contain your personal problems to the point that your work doesn't right, affecting you showing up, execute on what's expected. Exactly. Big tips at the end of the day. Yeah, man, because like I mean I wasn't even expecting that, man. I wasn't even expecting that. And that's like to get money that you're not expecting, man, that never gets old. That never gets old. And if you guys tuned in, hey, what's going on, H&M Auto Detailing? Like, if you guys tuned in to my live this morning on the New Wave, if you guys are not again, if you guys are not members of the New Wave Facebook group, go ahead and join now. It's the New Wave by ANA. It's called the New Wave by ANA. It's not the other New Wave. It's the New Wave by ANA. It's a totally different page. You're gonna see the official New Wave logo, and you're gonna see the ANA in the middle of that logo. So y'all go ahead and join it. But anyway, on my live on that this morning, you could see on my face how tired I was, and I was talking about. I was basically telling that you guys are great. And what I mean by that, you guys are great because you've been able to get people to buy into your brand. Anytime you get someone to buy a service, that's something because you sold something, whether it was tangible or whether it was a service, you sold them something. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult to sell someone something. That is the hardest thing to do. If you ever been in sales, if you've been a guy that went door to door and try to sell something, sometimes you see those guys, those little like Vivid that come to your neighborhood and they be knocking on doors trying to sell people security systems. It's like one of the hardest things to do. If somebody's not thinking about spending money, or they're not thinking about, let's say somebody's not thinking about certain, a certain service or a certain item, it's hard to sell them to them. It really is. It's very difficult. But the thing is that you great, man, because you stepped out there and you one day you was sitting there and you said, you know what, I'm gonna do lawn care. Or you said, I'm gonna do mobile detailing. You know what? Even though you saw somebody else do it, you decided that you was gonna do it too. You decided that you was gonna do it too. And you bought your equipment. You said you was gonna advertise this way. You're gonna start out with family and friends. You're gonna put stuff on YouTube. You're gonna put stuff on Facebook, and over time, it started working. And don't let nobody tell you that what you doing ain't great because I know some of you guys have experienced this because I have. You're gonna have some people that because it doesn't have a fancy title. It doesn't have, you're not a lawyer. You're not a doctor. You're not an engineer. You're not a dentist. You're not all these big, all these fancy titles that are looked highly upon. You in the service industry, you're dirty sometimes, you're sweaty sometimes, and you're washing cars, and even though you're detailing and you have a sense of professionalism to yourself, people still gonna look at it as you just washing cars, even though it's a lot that goes into this, and we can get very creative in all the things that we do, or the way that we advertise, or the videos that we make, before and afters, and all that. Some people are going to look at it, still going to look at it as a car wash, and don't care how fancy you make it. They're just going to say it's just a car wash. But I'm going to tell you guys that you guys are great. You're great because you were able to get somebody to buy a service. You know how hard that is. And just think about it. every time somebody calls you on the phone, or every time somebody goes to your website and book a service, that's a win. Like it never gets old. When I get a text or email and I look at my phone and I say, wow, somebody just booked a service and they paid the deposit. You know, somebody just picked my highest package and they paid the deposit. You know, I was out working and somebody saw my work. They was driving by and they saw how shiny the car was. The tires were shiny. The wheels were clean. You know, they like, wow, they stopped. Yo, how much you charge? You know, how much you charge? And you tell them how much you charge, you slide them a card, and they'll just be like, okay. And that person says, you know, when are you available? And you schedule an appointment right there on the spot. That's a win. Everybody ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? And you guys that are full time, that this is what you eat off of, man, you great, man. You doing this and this is all you do to put food on the table, man, you're great. That's why I'm telling you. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not. And a lot of these things I be seeing on like a lot of like how people treat certain people, like they feel like I guess they feel like they're higher than you. They don't realize that the money that you're making, they don't do the math. But because they got a professional sounding job, they feel like they're doing better than you, but they don't really know. They can have a job making 30, 40 a year, but as long as you're willing to work and put in the work, and if you can advertise properly, and if you get the right demographic, you can be making $100 an hour or even more. You get these big contracts, government contracts, or you know whether they're uh, city, state, or federal. You get these contracts, and you know uh, you tell them 250, $300. They just say okay, because it's government. You know, you get that type of money. Trust me, a lot of these people that got these regular 9 to 5 jobs, they're not pulling in the money that you can possibly make. You know, they're not pulling in that much money, and you'll be surprised. But since since they look at you as a car washer or whatever they want to call it, you could call it a detailer. They still look at it as washing cars. And I just want to let you guys know that, man, don't let them make you think that you're any less than them. You know, sometimes they'll see you out and about. You still washing cars? Not acknowledging that you're a business owner. You see what I'm saying? So don't let that bother you. You know, think highly of yourself because trust me, a lot of those guys, if they could trade places with you, they would. And that's not necessarily detailing, but being a business owner, and they can make their own hours. They can start and finish when they want. You can give yourself a raise and all that. They can't do that. Trust me. Now there are some professionals out there that are making a lot of money, but when you make a lot of money, it comes with some sacrifices. If you get a job, if you have a boss and you're getting paid a lot of money, you're gonna have to make a lot of sacrifices. There's gonna be a lot of things you're gonna have to give up. It's gonna be a lot of things you can't do to get that type of money. And trust me, a lot of people don't have the freedom like we do. You get to meet different types of people. You know, you get the different scenery every day, man. But y'all know what I mean, man. I just want to let you guys know, like, if y'all didn't catch my on the new wave, y'all didn't catch that, go ahead and check it out, man. Just letting you guys know that you great, and that's what all I was talking about. Take it easy. I see. Man, I haven't been live in damn near a year. Man, I haven't seen a live in damn near a year. Wondering why I'm not getting notifications. Man, I don't know what's up with YouTube, man, with those notifications, man. Sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't. I say, like, hit the bell and then hit it again. Make sure it says all. You get all notifications. Doesn't bother me when people call me as long as I'm making money. Yeah, I agree, man. Truth Real Talk. I don't let people words bother me. Yeah, but the thing is that it's not so much as the words bothering you. It's just kind of how it's kind of like how everybody is on, like people that are not in this industry, like it's like everybody's on the same page. Because sometimes you can try to, let's say somebody, call you for your services or whatever, and you give them your prices and they say, oh, that's too high. And you know where that comes from. That comes from that $5, $8, $10, $15, $20 car wash where you run it through something, they just slap a whole bunch of mitts and soap and just, hit and miss, spray you off, halfway dry you off, leave the door jambs wet, vacuum, hit and miss, don't get in between the seats, don't get up under the seat, don't wipe the back dash, don't wipe the steering wheel. They'll hit the dash and just, send you on your way. And they pay 15, 20, 30 at the most. The premium package is probably like $50 or $99. And so when they see your prices, they thinking that they're going to get that same service and they don't want to pay that price because they don't feel like it's worth it. And a lot of that comes from, the profession. They look at you like, oh, okay, well, you just washing cars. Why should it be? What's this superior in detail? What's this full? What's this standard? What's this gold package? The platinum? What's that? Oh, I'm not paying for that. That's where some of that comes from. Other than because everybody ain't broke, you know, uh, and everybody ain't cheap. That ain't Sometimes it's not. That's not why they want to pay the money. Sometimes they feel like it's not worth the money. Right. Yeah, I did a Chevy Silverado the other day, and it was for like wildlife and fisheries. And the guy when I showed up, the guy had extension cords for me, and he had a long hose for me, water hose for me. Uh, the thing is that if you don't have a water tank and you don't have a generator, it's okay to use your customer's water, but as you're doing so, make sure that you're saving your money to get a tank, to get a generator. Make sure be saving your money because that lets you be able to take on more opportunities. If you just trying to wing it forever without a water tank and without a generator, repeat. I'm gonna say this 2 times. You will run into the problem of not having somewhere to connect electricity or water, and don't have two things you don't need. You know, that makes it even worse. You don't have water or electricity, so when you get there, sometimes they won't have either. They won't have either or. They won't have electricity for you to plug in. They won't have water for you to plug into. You know, right? You save up. Make sure you save up, man. I mean, and that's a good way to get your money up. You're fortunate enough to go to these residents and they'll let you hook up to their water. And a lot of them, even if you ask, they won't tell you no because you'd be surprised how many people, you'd be surprised on how many people don't, never, never seen a mobile detail service before. So a lot of people think that you're gonna have to use their water. A lot of them gonna think you have to use their water and electricity anyway. Because I'm telling you, if I book 10 details out of those 10 details, at least half are going to say, yo, so is there anything I need to have for you when you get here? You're gonna need hose, you're gonna need to hook up the water, blah blah. And then some of them will say, when they see me, some of them they'll see me and they'll say, hey, uh, yo, you can fill up your water tank if you want to. I'd be like, what? I'm like, man, I never fill this thing up. They say you could just, you can add water if you need to. They'll, you'd be surprised. People are really nice. Right. And you know what? Don't ride dirty. You're right. You did two jobs without either. I didn't feel comfortable asking, so I bought both. Right. I mean, the thing is that's how I felt. Because I'm gonna tell you why I made sure I had my water tank and my generator before I started. And I bought the cheapest generator I could find. The generator I bought was 99 bucks. It was like 800 watts. It was just enough to run my vacuum cleaner, and that's it. And that's the only reason why I needed it was for my vacuum cleaner. And I used it for a while. I used it for maybe 2 3 years. And matter of fact, I think I used it longer than that. To be honest, I think I used it longer than that. I think I used it for about 4 or 5 years. But but it got me by. And people still offer me all the time. But here's the thing, I didn't want anybody to try to say, because like when you go in there and you tell somebody, okay, yeah, it's 190 bucks for a full detail. And then you get that person to say, okay, 190 bucks, okay, I understand your price, but you're using my water and electricity. Now they got leverage to try to negotiate with you. And that's was my mindset. My mindset back then wasn't, what if I go somewhere and I didn't have water and electricity? I didn't even think like that. My thought process was my thought process was I didn't want anybody to have any leverage to try to negotiate price because I didn't have water and electricity. Well, you using my water and electricity, man. You take $20 off, something crazy like that. So I didn't. That's one of the main reasons I got mine. Right. Yeah, but some of them wouldn't even. You give them a price. Some of them won't even say anything though. I've never. I mean, because you know what? Because I remember a guy used to come and clean my carpets. Well, he cleaned my carpets last year. A guy come clean my carpets in my house, and he would hook up to my water, and I didn't have a problem with it, and I didn't try to negotiate prices with him. He charged his price. He came in, knocked it out, and he was in and out. Never had a problem. So he was, you know, it's pretty cool. So I mean, like I said, man, it just depends. But my mindset, the way I think, it was just that I didn't want nobody to have any leverage on me to try to negotiate, and that's why I didn't do it. I didn't even think about the fact that, like an apartment complex or an office building where you might not even know where the water hookup is, and the people there, they don't use the water connection, so they won't know where it is either. And then you got to have a special key. I mean, you can find those keys, but that's just too much work. And then what if the hookup is way down there, and you got to wash the car over here, and then you can't park close to the hookup. So now you got to have this long hose. It's just too many problems. You got to get this long hose and drag it across the parking lot and run it. And then the longer the hose is, if that water doesn't have a lot of pressure and it's not shooting a lot of pressure to your pump, your pressure washer might not work correctly. It goes back to professionalism. It's how you present yourself and how the results reflect on your approach. Right. Right. Well, I learned a few things today, man. I like the comments. I like the back and forth in the comments you guys are giving out. I appreciate you. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I'm about to get out of here, man. I got a busy day tomorrow. I got to trim some trees, some shrubs. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down, man. I was actually editing the video and then my files got corrupted, so I gotta download the video again and start download the video and start and re-edit. I like edited half the video and then it just got corrupted. So no, I appreciate that, Eugene Gibson. And Eugene, I think it's the first time I've seen you in my live. If you're not on the New Wave Facebook group, go ahead and join. If you got any questions, there's a lot of people on there with a lot of experience uh, that can, if you have questions or if you want to show off your work, or if you want to look at the works of other people, see what they're charging, stuff like that. I post on there regularly. Oh, it's all right. Yo, yeah, Stowe 1987. Make sure you go join the Facebook group. New Wave. It's called the New Wave by A&A. You guys, Eugene and Stowe. This is the Stowe 1987. This is the first time I've seen you guys on here. Go ahead and join the New Wave Facebook group. You're going just type in, go to Facebook and just type in New Wave by A&A. You're gonna see a New Wave logo, and then you're gonna see in the middle of that logo, you're gonna see A&A. If you watch my videos, that logo, the New Wave logo, is at the beginning of my videos and it's at the end of my videos. So I'm pretty sure y'all know what the logo looks like. Go ahead and request to join, and I'm accepting all you guys. So go ahead and do that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shouts out to the New Wave. Peace.